Hello and welcome in. My name is Kelsey. This is Youngblood Tarot, and this is your Friday vibe check. Happy astrological new year, spring equinox, Ostara. However you want to celebrate. I'm going to take this bracelet off because I don't want to make you hear that the whole time. But that is Ocean Jasper, just in case you were wondering. So I want to check in and get some vibes for the week. This is a super exciting time. This is the astrological new year. We just hit the sign of Aries. So I believe it's sun and moon in Aries right now. So that's definitely fun. I feel like things have been, kind of like resolving, working out. There has been a bit of conflict, maybe a bit of stress, but like we feel like we're getting things done. Feel like it's for our purpose, and I'm really still feeling that transformation here. Okay, so right away I'm noticing the lunar eclipse, which we just had, which says out with the old. So there are definitely things that we are cleansing and ridding from our lives right now. I'm definitely feeling the need to clean. So that's a very, earth element aspect, very practical aspect of this message. I'm sure there are other things that you may be well served to let go of, and you can identify those personally. And if it's not immediately clear to you, maybe take some time to journal on that subject. Tie up loose ends. So, really just clearing things out that are left unfinished. If there's a situation going on where there needs to be like a resolution, forgiveness, or just like finality. Just those things that we need to execute on and get done that we may be dragging our feet on, but it's important to clear those out and finish those up. Then we've got Taurus, slow but steady progress. Okay. A little earth element going in here. Got some moon stuff going on. I want to get maybe a couple more messages from this deck. I'm curious about that Taurus. What's going on? What's the slow but steady? So like we're getting rid of some things, and then the Taurus is leading me to believe that that's making room for something, and the message is to ask again later. So maybe like that feeling I described earlier, where like it feels like we're making progress, but it's still that, bit of frustration and feeling like it's not completely there. Let's get one more card. One more card, please. Yep. Part of fortune. So tap into your talents. So yes, okay. So I feel this, one of the things you can be working on with this slow but steady is just developing your personal talents, working on a passion project, or bringing in your talents into like whatever you're already doing. So whatever you do for work, if you can bring in some of those like outside talents that you've developed throughout your life, and integrate that into your work, that can be very successful for you. All right. Okay, let's get some tarot messages now. How was your week last week? I had a lot going on. Took a little trip and did some exploring. Still been working hard. Still feels like just a lot going on, even though I took a day off. Feels like so much to do right now. Are you feeling that as well? Are you able to get good rest? I wonder if anyone else is like waking up early like me. Alright. So we've got the Eight of Swords. So this kind of stuck energy. It's pulling in the Void of Course Moon for me. The Fool. Okay. So I feel like you are going to get unstuck soon and head off onto this new journey, perhaps exploring your talents a little bit more. Five of Pentacles. So like, again, it just is feeling like something's just out of reach, okay? The progress just feels slow. It's frustrating. It's like we're trying to tie up everything and it's just not all coming together. But I feel that it will be coming together, and we are just being asked to have a lot of patience right now and know that what we're looking for, the outcome we're looking for or working toward, you know, let's ask again later. Let's keep putting in that work, even though it's not showing up right now the way we might want it to. What else? Okay. Stock, new opportunity, keep working. Let's just get some more general advice. Ooh. Okay. Prince of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, and the Star. Okay. So yeah, Prince of Pentacles, that's the Knight of Pentacles. You know, that's like the slowest moving knight. Knights are about action, but you know, in this card, his bull that he's riding has fallen asleep. So he's not going anywhere right now, but he is intending on moving forward. He's got this, you know, Ace of Pentacles of opportunity in his hand that he's gazing up at. You know, there are clouds in the sky, but the sunlight's peeking through. I just feel like this is, you know, getting clarity on a situation. Yes, there's not like a ton of forward movement right now, but we see the opportunity. And, you know, if we're diligent like this prince, then we will move forward. And so I'm like curious about this Seven of Swords because it has a lot of different meanings to me, but I'm seeing it combined with this Star card. So I'm seeing this as a person who's like kind of like they're facing this healing. They know that they need to heal. What they're going through right now is not that pleasant. You know, there's all these clouds, there's all this confusion. This is reminding me of the planet Mars. It just feels like a guardedness, you know? It's like, I know I need to heal. I know I need to, you know, forgive. I know I need to, like, move forward, but it requires a lot of difficult, you know, difficult, what do I want to say? Self-realization. Like it's not fun to sit back and look at yourself, you know, at times. Like there are moments where you feel really proud of yourself, but there are moments when you realize that maybe, you know, you've been judging others on like a flaw that you also have, you know, or it's just that shadow work. It can be really difficult, but going through that, sitting with that, you know, even kind of like strategizing how you're going to go through this healing, coming up with a plan can be really helpful, because it's easy to say like, I need to heal, you know, I need to work on myself. There's a lot of talk about shadow work, but like, how do you actually do that? And how you know, you can come up with a strategy, because it requires you to sit with these difficult emotions. You know, she's got her foot in the water of emotions, and like she's grounding herself. Okay, so it's hard work and it can be confusing, but like if you can kind of research and come up with a plan, you know, gradually like let your guard down towards experiencing those more difficult emotions so that you can heal them. I know there are people out there that can help you come up with a strategy as far as how to do that. Okay. Yes. What else do we want to look at today? Okay. I would like to get some golden mantras. Let's get a few mantras. So as we're doing that difficult work, you know, we want to remind ourselves throughout the day that this is like a positive journey, that things are working out for us. So let's get some positive affirmations and mantras that can help us as we are going through this journey. I am in control of my life, and I am capable of creating the life I desire. Exactly. You're putting in that work, you're putting in those steps, and it will come to fruition. I must serve within me before I can serve beyond me. Okay? So really focusing on that healing. You know, slowing down. The slowdown can be frustrating, but it's for a good reason. It's helping us to develop into the person that we need to be in order to fulfill our destiny in this life. You know, in order to have like a healthy relationships, family relationships, friendship, community, all of that. We have to nurture ourselves. We have to grow. We have to go through this difficult time and heal, you know, and apparently we're just going to keep doing it forever throughout our whole lives. Sorry, I know I sound bitter right now, but sometimes I'm like, how long can I feel proud of myself and in my ego before I realize I'm just like learning another lesson? Oh my gosh. It's funny. Let's all laugh at ourselves. Ha ha ha. Ah ha ha. What a dumb idiot I used to be. Right? Okay. I ask, I believe, I shall receive, okay? So your manifestations are coming in. I believe that you've asked for them, and in that asking, you did have belief in yourself. So continue that belief, and it will come in for you. It's going to be a beautiful new journey. All right, and then I do have some Seasons of the Witch Astara cards, so let's get a few spring equinox messages. I had this thought the other day. It was feeling kind of cold, and I was just like, oh man, you know, things are feeling a little bit dreary, a little bit stagnant. And then I thought, you know what? It is turning into spring, and everything is going to warm up. Everything's going to expand. Everything's going to be brought to light. So it's not just the weather that's warming up. It's your whole life. And that made me so happy to think about. Hot cross buns. Oh my goodness. I just watched a video about a star, and they were talking about the hot cross buns and how they use like the leftover ingredients. So like, I think it was like candied orange peels or something and spices and things like that for the buns. And the cross is like the 4 quadrants. I wish I remembered a little bit better, but interesting that this came up. And the card says, this is not a warning, but a caution for what lingers, okay? Interesting. So we were being told to eclipse things out and tie up loose ends. Interesting. What's this book here? Moonology. Okay. And we got those moon cards. So I've been studying astrology and I love it because I've been interested in astrology even before I knew about tarot since I was a child. I've always been interested in it. And it's been a pleasure to learn. So